Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to SBR Sports Picks. My name is Peter Loshak. His name is Jimmy the Bag. This is the Loshak the Bag Show. Thursday, January 11th, 6 o'clock Eastern Time version. We got 48 games on the card tonight, or 50 games on the college basketball card tonight. We got a small slate of NHL and NBA that we have also hit, and we got a lot of crap to cover here. I have been desperately scrambling to handicap as many totals as I possibly can off of the card, and I do have some totals plays that I think I'm liking. And I asked Jimmy the Bag to do a little bit of research into a handful of games that I'm very curious about. We've already given some college basketball plays and, of course, some NBA plays. Jim had the under in the NBA game. How'd that go?
Poorly.
Oh, that was a loser. All right. Well, Jim is still up in NBA, and we're just grinding along, trying to do as well as we can with these picks, with the time allotted and with the resources given to us by SportsBook Review, which currently does not include a charger for but we do the best we can. We've only got 40 hours in the day. Right? We've got a limited amount of hours that we're awake. We've got whatever IQs that we have, that's what we use, right? 110, 115, maybe 105, whatever it is. We use everything we can, all of our resources, to bring you the best sports betting show on the internet. Jeremy the Bag, are you ready to go?
I'm very much ready to go. It was a very intense 4.5, 5 hours. Without you guys, I'm ready to fucking rock.
Absolutely. All right, so let's get into it. College basketball. What are the picks that we've given so far? Jimmy the Bag, what are the picks you've given? Remind me. I'm going to bring it up, but just remind me.
Okay. Sorry, there's so many games hard to get to. I have East Carolina on the first half and the full game. I have Oregon State full game. And I have... sorry, let's go down to the bottom. I have Arizona State, and I have the over 159 in the Arizona State-Oregon game. And I believe that's everything.
Okay, let me just. Well, what's the first comment that you have here? It's from Pablo Marquez saying darts are amazing.
Paolo, yeah.
Darts are also amazing to win.
Yeah,
that's the first comment you have.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, so let's get into it. Yes, college basketball. A bunch of games that we're looking at today. Let me see. That's right. So let's see. The Eastern Carolina game. God, it's so hard to. That's right. Eastern Carolina. Still the same where it is in the morning. I agreed with you on that one. I took the Eastern Carolina line at plus 24. You also took Oregon State, which is now, very nice. You got 15. It's now down to 14.5 market wide. You took Arizona State. There's still some sevens around, but it's headed up a little bit, up to a 7.5. Wow, I took Sacramento State. I got them at plus 9. It's now up to 9.5 or 10 market wide, so I did not beat that line movement. But I did also jump on Murray State against Jacksonville State. I took them at -1. That is now up to 2 or 2.5. So clearly money coming in on Murray State over Jacksonville State. I knew in the morning that line was indicative, considering the matchup. Two top teams from the OVC going up against each other, and a strong line move like that for the road team indicates to me that Murray State is a side. Jimmy the Bag.
Yeah, I wish I had more time to put into the Murray State game, because I think it's a sharp play, and I just didn't get the chance. When does that game start?
It's 8 o'clock or something like that. 8 o'clock, 8:30 game.
Oh, nice. Okay, so I might have. Okay, cool, good.
All right, so I don't even know where to start. I guess we can start with. Let me just hit some of the totals that I definitely want to give. Again, these aren't necessarily locks, but they're bets that I made, and I thought they were good bets. And if you want to tail them, please go for it. The Marshall-Charlotte game is interesting. The big injury for Marshall, you know that, right, Jimmy the Bag? Now I'm thinking that this might be a little bit of a slower pace game. It's obviously a very high total. Marshall is a super high scoring team, and this game could also explode over. But all things considered, I'm going to take a shot with the under here, and I'm going to take the under, which is 167 across the board, -110 are the odds everywhere as well. Under 167 -110. Jimmy the Bag, what do you think about that? Don't know if you looked into that game at all.
Sorry, we're having a little audio issue right now.
What?
Yeah,
you can't hear my audio?
No, I think it's okay, and we have our man Larry on it, so it should be okay. So let us know if it's all good. Okay, we're getting all good signs from everybody. Okay. All
right. So I just gave Charlotte Marshall risky play, because Marshall, of course, loves to run up and down the court, and this one could easily be a score that goes into the 200s. But I'm going to take a shot with the under 167 on that one. Excuse me. Another play that I'm thinking about, where is that one? The Idaho State-North Dakota game. I'm going to take a shot with the under on that one. That one has not moved. Both these teams are, they can ramp up the scoring a bit, but more likely I think they're going to be a little bit modest scoring. So I'm going to take the North Dakota game under 148. That will also be minus 110. North Dakota, Idaho State under 148 minus 110. Let me find some other plays that I made. Yeah, the Denver, North Dakota State. I was thinking about a shot with the over on that one. Not sure why that line is so low and headed down. I'm going to think about that for a second. The Nebraska, Omaha, Western Illinois game. I'm thinking about a shot with the over on that one at 151, and particularly the first half over. Western Illinois can slow things down, or they can run with teams like NEOM that like to run. So I'm thinking about that one. Let me just think about that one for a little bit more. The 8:30 games and on, I didn't quite get to. If I like anything from those, I'll tweet it out. But also thinking about a shot with the under in Texas State, Arkansas State. I asked Jimmy the Bag to look into that. We'll get his thoughts on that in a moment. So that's a lean. The Denver game on the over is kind of a lean for me. Idaho State, North Dakota, that's a definite pick on the under. Florida International, UTSA, that's another game that I'm going to take on the under here. I bet that one. That is 150. Actually, Bet Online has 154 minus 120, so I will take that one. It's all over the map. 152.5, 153. Bet Online has 154 minus 120, so I will take that one. Although I should probably take the bookmaker line at 153.5 minus 110, but I'll take the 154 minus 120. Florida International, UTSA, again, not just totally sure that these teams are going to be running as much as this market is giving credit for. Western Kentucky, Old Dominion, that should be a big clash, and that's a game where I'm liking the under, even though that is a very low total. I will throw that one on there as well. The Old Dominion under, it is, I wish I was getting a few more points here, but I will take what they're offering right now. Bet Online has 136.5 minus 105. Everywhere else has 136.5 minus 110. No 137s available. Just scanning these games. The James Madison William & Mary game is interesting if they're running as they often do. Maybe the first half over would be a good play there. Georgia State, Appalachian State, slight lean to the under on that one, the very modest total, and I might throw these plays on closer to as we go on in this show. Siena and Iona, I'm leaning over on that one. Now Siena can definitely pull teams to a lower scoring pace, and Iona can be pulled down, but Iona, I think, being at home, will have a brisk pace. A low total for an Iona game, and I would be leaning over and the first half over on that one. Also, Tulsa, Houston, that line has gotten bet up, but I'm thinking that, I know this is not the same Houston team of old, but I'm thinking we might we might see a more modest scoring game here. I'm leaning under in Tulsa, Houston, and you know what? I will give that one. Even though Houston can be great from three, I'm going to give that one. Tulsa, Houston, under 147 minus 110. That is a line currently at Heritage, has 147 minus 110. That game could go over, but I'm going to take a shot with the under on that one. NC Greensboro, Eastern Tennessee State. Not quite sure why that total is so low. Now it's up to 137 or 136.5 at the Greek, and I'm definitely leaning over on that one. I might throw the first half over on that one. Wright State, Northern Kentucky, also leaning under on that one. That one could go either way, but Northern Kentucky, we recently saw them go super low scoring against Detroit, and Wright State, of course, will be a very modest scoring team. And so that's about it for right now. I'm going to look at the first halves in a second and throw some on, but on the full game totals, I've thrown on Charlotte under 167, North Dakota under 148, UTSA under 154, Houston under 147, and Old Dominion under 136.5 minus 105. Now let me just quickly go to the first halves and maybe throw on some first half totals here. I'm definitely leaning, thinking about scanning it over. Yeah, the first half over in Siena, Iona, very tempting. It's 70.5 or 71. The first half over in James Madison, William & Mary, very tempting, and I will take that one. William and Mary, first half over, and the best line right now will be 75 minus 110 at Intertops and Bet365. So William & Mary, first half over, 75 minus 110 at Intertops and Bet365, that's an official play. Also thinking about first half under with the Florida International UTSA game. Also thinking about first half under in Idaho State and North Dakota. Also thinking about a first half over in Denver, North Dakota State. And also a first half over in Eastern Kentucky, Tennessee Martin. That is 65.5. I'll hold off on that one for now, but that's definitely a lean as well. I'm just scanning over here, Jim. There you go. The NEOM Western Illinois first half is 71. That's a little bit up there, but I'm thinking about it. And the Denver, North Dakota State game, I will take that one on the first half over. North Dakota State, first half over, and that will be over 65 minus 110. That is a market line. Everywhere I have that. So that's it for now. Again, I have added on the first halves. William and Mary, first half over 75, and North Dakota State, first half over 65. And that's it for the totals that I wanted to add. Jimmy the Bag, do you have anything to say about anything that I just said and did?
I have a lot to say about it, but why don't I go over some of the chat that's about that's going over stuff you said. Ian Whitehill is joining us, and he came second and beat the bag. I've been trying to get him to come on the show. He's a great capper out of Montreal. He's joining us today. He's on a bunch of plays, but let's go with what you've been talking. He's on the Siena Iona under.
Okay.
Maxwell Smart's on the Charleston over.
Okay.
Both Chris Laurent and Chris Laurent likes Louisiana Tech to cover. Okay, and then there was other talk on. So Ian's also on Charleston. Max and Ian are both on William and Mary. I'm on that. I'm on San Diego. Ian's also on Elon. I'm on that. That was one of the games you asked me to study. And I'm ready to start going over all those games because the one game I probably enjoyed the most capping that you asked me to do was the Texas State at Arkansas State. I found this game extremely enjoyable, and I found angles on this game. I'm on Texas State. I'm also on the under in this game. For a team with a lack of size, losing 6'7" senior Thomas Bruce's 10.1 points and 5.4 boards is very concerning for Arkansas State. He's missed the last 2 games, and it is unknown how long he'll be out for. Against Georgia State on Sunday, Arkansas State played 6 players, basically. 2 others saw the floor one saw for 2 minutes, one saw for 7 minutes. Only 6'8" West African Salif Boudy was taller than 6'4", and 2 of their main players are 5'11". That didn't hurt them versus Georgia State, but it will hurt them against Texas State. Texas State is a strong team defensively. They have players like 6'8", 230-pound junior, 230-pound senior Emmanuel King, and 6'7", 250-pound junior Alex Peacock, who are their second and third leading scorers. They're going to have a lot of options. They're going to have a lot of space. They're going to be able to control the boards. They're going to be able to use their size combined. They get 11.4 rebounds a game. Those numbers will go up tonight. My man JP Fahey says, yes, I took Texas State myself. Robbie Tagola says, I'm also on Texas State, Jimmy. Yes, this was the game I enjoyed the most, I guess, because it was the easiest for me to find an angle. I'm on Texas State and the under in this game.
Well, I was leaning under as well. I was thinking that might be a shot for, obviously, I know all the things you were talking about, and I was thinking for that reason, that's why the line is so low. And I was thinking Arkansas State might be a play here on the first half. What do you think, Jim?
I think they're in trouble tonight.
Big trouble?
I do. I went through the matchups, and I was like, how are they going to be able to do anything? They have to use 2 5'11" guards on the floor just because they're their best players. They're going to be in tough against teams like Texas State, defensive teams that have some length and athleticism. If Thomas Bruce plays tonight, it's a little different. But man, losing him, he's only 185 pounds, but he is 6'7", and they're a very small team that could desperately need him. So I really like Texas State here. I think it's a
and you like the under. Why do you like the under? Tell me why, quickly.
Because Arkansas State is not going to be able to.
I mean quickly, but you know.
No, I feel you. Arkansas State's just not going to be able to, one, get boards. And because of that, Texas State isn't a very good shooting team.
Right.
So they're going to get extra chances. And because of those extra chances, it's not going to actually lead to a higher scoring game necessarily because they're not very good offensively. Arkansas State is going to have trouble getting clean shots. They're going to have trouble on the perimeter. Like here, JP Fahey says here, sounds like Arkansas State is only dressing 7 guys total.
Yeah.
They're going to be exhausted. They're not going to be able to defend well enough, but Texas State won't really be able to take advantage because they're not very good shooters.
Okay, I'm on the under with you, Jim. I'm going to take under 137 minus 110. That's the line of Bookmaker. That was a bet that I made anyway. And do you want to make an official play on this one, Jim?
I do, on the under and Texas State.
Okay, so Jim's going to be on Arkansas State under 137 minus 110. That is with me, and I'm on that one as well. And Jim's going to take Texas State, and that line, the best line, will be there's Pick'em minus 102 and there's +1 minus 110. Which one did you like, Jim?
I'll take the minus 102.
The pick. All right, so Jim's going to take Texas State to win. Pick'em minus 102 against Arkansas State. Okay, very interesting. Let's move on to another couple games that I wanted to ask you about. NC Wilmington, Elon. Obviously, NC Wilmington has been terrible ATS-wise, but the line has gone from 9.5 to 7. What can you tell me about that game? I asked you to look into that, Jim.
I enjoyed looking into this game because I've either faded or bet on the Seahawks a few times, so I feel like I'm getting a better feeling for how NC Wilmington is playing. Devontae Caycock has to do everything for himself on this team. He averages 17.9 points, 13 boards. And I was going over all of his games recently, he either gets tired or he gets into foul trouble. They have a 6'7" forward, Marcus Bryan, who lines up beside him to help on the boards, but he's terrible offensively. He hits just 40% from the field. That's bad for a guy who's taken 0 3-pointers. This Seahawk team is terrible defensively. They rank 344th in the nation, allowing 85.9 points per game. They are 0-6 on the road, losing by an average of 16 points a game. Elon has two bigs to cover Caycock, 6'8", 225-pound junior Tyler Sebring, 13.5 points, 6.1 boards, and 6'8", 240-pound senior Brian Dawkins. I found watching Caycock that you need a junior or a senior on him. Even if a freshman has size, Caycock can just beat him up, kind of push him around, outsmart him. So I'm liking the fact that there's a junior and a senior who will be doing this job. They also have a 6'11", 240-pound junior Carolus Kondrotis, but his minutes have been going down of late, so I don't see him helping that much. Elon has 4 guards that they use a lot, and they can switch it up. They're led by Dane Swoop, but they have different looks they can give you from the 1, 2, and 3, as well as from the 4 and 5 if they want to bring Kondrotis in. I think this is a really nice spot for Elon. I see a double-digit victory.
That's what I was thinking as well. Now, why do you think the line has taken such a sharp move down?
I was trying to figure that out, and there's
Is someone
one game,
out? Is someone injured for Elon?
Nothing I've received. All the information I've received is not. But Robbie says Elon should win by double digits tonight as well. I just think that Caycock is such a good player, and you know, at first I kind of liked Wilmington. I kind of liked them in this game until I started studying it more and more. I really think Elon's going to take care of business here. That 2-point line move, I think, is people liking getting a Caycock-led team against a team that doesn't have too much size with 9 points, was my feeling on it. The more I study, the more I really trust Elon to take care of business here. And it doesn't bother me that much that the line went down 2 points.
Okay, very interesting. That's how I was feeling as well. Jimmy the Bag, I also asked you to look into a Drexel, Delaware. A lot of people over the past couple weeks have been talking about how bad Drexel is. That line is Delaware -3.5 or 4. What's your take on that game?
I found that game very interesting as well, but can you lock me in with Elon?
Oh, you want to take Elon?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Elon, best line here would be at Bookmaker, -7, -105. That's where I was leaning as well, but I'm going to hold off on it for now. Elon, -7, -105 at Bookmaker, okay.
I like this Drexel-Delaware matchup quite a bit, and I'm leaning Drexel and couldn't pull the trigger, and I studied this game for quite a while. Oh, here we have a Keith Salta-Lamakia says, Jimmy, Elon blowout. I like. Oh, Desi Lathan, ooh, that's smooth. Godwin says Elon all day. Okay. Drexel's coming off a 22-point loss to William & Mary. They were dealing with an injury to leading scorer Tremaine Isabel. When they lost their first 2 road games in conference play badly. He's back and rounding into form. Delaware only has one big who plays legitimate minutes, and that's 6'9", 225-pound junior Eric Carter. They are desperately missing 6'8", 225-pound sophomore Derek Woods, who was dismissed from the team recently. But they've gone 5-3 without him. And but if Eric Carter gets in foul trouble, they no longer have a suitable replacement. And I'm sure the coach has gone over that now. They have nobody who can back up Carter, so he's got to play safe. Drexel big, 6'8", 245-pound senior Austin Williams, 9.8 points, 8.9 boards, and 6'9", 223-pound Turkish sophomore Ali Handemir, 11.9 points, 5.8 boards, have to get on Carter. Delaware has also recently lost freshman guard Kevin Anderson for the season with a knee injury. Anderson was a big, important piece for this team. He was averaging 13.7 points, 4.9 boards, and 2.9 assists. Delaware was beaten by 25 at home to William & Mary last week. Drexel lost by 22 at home to William & Mary on Sunday. These games were 2 days apart. When I studied it more and more, I thought this was a very evenly matched game. And even though I leaned to Drexel, I just didn't think there was enough of an angle to hammer this.
See, I was leaning Delaware maybe. You don't think that Delaware has at least a little bit of an edge here over Drexel?
I don't. You know, only having Eric Carter. See, Austin Williams is a senior, and he can impose his will on Eric Carter. He's a perfect guy. They're similar in height. They're the exact same height, but Austin Williams has 20 pounds on Eric Carter. Eric Carter's the key to anything that Delaware does, and I just think having two guys that can hammer at him are going to make it difficult. Also, Delaware losing Kevin Anderson is a big, big loss. Now, they played against William & Mary without him, lost by 25 at home. I couldn't find an angle that I liked enough, but I was leaning Drexel enough to hum and haw and hum and haw.
Okay, let's see. And then I also asked you to look into the UTEP game, right?
The
Hofstra game. Let's talk about that. Towson at Hofstra. That line has now gone down to a 5 across the board. It was 6 in the morning show. What did you find about that game, Jim?
I'm also going to start studying this conference closer. This is because you gave me 2 or 3 games that were in the conference, and I really enjoyed looking at these teams. Hofstra is another team that plays one big that does all the work. 6'9", 260-pound senior Rokas Gustis averages 9.6 points, 11.6 boards. Junior Justin Wright Foreman has never seen a shot he didn't like taking. He averages 25.4 points a game. On Sunday night, he jacked up 34 shots. He went 14 for 34 for 39 points. In their 13-point loss to Elon. He's averaging 37.8 minutes a game. He doesn't leave the floor. Sophomore guard Eli Pemberton helps with the offense at 15.3 points, 4.9 boards, 2.2 assists. Towson is a small club, but Hofstra can't take advantage of it. They have a balanced attack, and they're 45th in defense, and they hit 47% from the field, 38% from 3. They're a nice-looking offensive squad. They're led offensively by 6'4" sophomore Zane Martin, who averages 18.1 points per game. Either Zane or 6'5" senior Mike Morsel can defend the 6'1" Wright Foreman. They both have length. They both can defend the perimeter. That's going to be a good spot. That's going to make it much more difficult for Hofstra to play the kind of offense that they like to play. 6'9", 265-pound junior Alex Thomas will get the role of shutdown guy on Gustis. But I just thought this was going to be a very tightly matched game. I did like it veering towards a more lower scoring game because Justin Wright Foreman's not going to get open looks. And Gustis has a match in Alex Thomas. So what is the line on it?
Well, it opened at 145.5. It's now up to 148 market wide. Wow. I was vaguely leaning under as well, Jimmy the Bag. This is also one of these games, especially if it is like a 5-point game at the end where you could see some shenanigans at the end, 20 points in the last 2 minutes, and it shoots over. The first half under, let me find where that one is. Yeah, 70.5 or 70. That might be worth thinking about as well. You see a modest scoring game here, Jimmy the Bag.
Well, I just see that Hofstra's going to have a difficult time getting off the shots that Justin Wright Foreman likes to take. I think this is a good spot for the guards on Towson to be able to defend the perimeter. I think this is quite an evenly matched game, and I wanted to find an angle and bet on it, and I just couldn't. Okay.
Well, clearly some money has come in on Hofstra. That market is agreeing with you that it's evenly matched and that Hofstra shouldn't be that big of a dog. All right. I also asked you to look at UTEP. Did you get any chance to look at that, Jimmy the Bag?
Oh, I did. Let me just find it in my notes.
Yes.
As I'm going down, my play that I just love the most that I sent in, I doubled up. So I just wanted, because we're talking about the conferences, I'm heavily on William & Mary. I'm on them first half and full game.
Okay.
James Madison got off to a real hot start in their 8-point loss to William & Mary. It was just on January 2nd. William & Mary couldn't get a bucket early. They were having a very tough time. They were missing all their shots. They were down 14 with 4 minutes left in the first half, still won easily. The Tribe are coming off smashing both Delaware and Drexel. We just talked about that. I really think they're going to beat up on James Madison at home by double digits. The reason why we're getting this spot is because of how well James Madison played them on the second. I really think this is a great spot for William & Mary. And we're going to take advantage of what happened where they just had a terrible first half in that game, and that's why they only beat them by 8 at James Madison. I was surprised that we'd get the exact same line that they beat them on the road, that we'd get it at home. I thought that was amazing. So many guys on the chat are on this. I love it.
All right, the first half is a split line, 4.5 or 5. So we'll give you first half -4.5, -110, and the full game line is headed down a little bit, but you may be right here. Best line right now is -8.5, -107 at Pinnacle. Okay, and I'm on the first half over on that one. 75 -110. All right, Jimmy the Bag. What else are you liking from today's card?
Well, let me get to your UTEP.
Yeah, I asked you.
Here we go, Florida Atlantic at UTEP. So this was really interesting game, too. I loved looking at this one. Florida Atlantic has lost 6 straight. UTEP has lost 4 or 5. That boost from a new coach has gone away. The big issue in this game is that Keith Frazier is probable. He missed the last 3 games for personal reasons because of the holidays, stuff like that. He's been out for 2 weeks. So I don't expect him to really be able to handle. I just don't think he's going to be able to play well. When I studied that more, I thought, oh man, maybe this is a good time for Florida Atlantic. Both teams have a ton of size. 7'1", 240-pound senior Matt Williams. He's now back for 4 games from injury. He'll be banging with Florida Atlantic 7-foot senior Ronald Delph. But the Owls also have a 6'10", 230-pound William Pfister out of France. And he will either have Paul Thomas or Tyrus Smith on him. These bigs are going to be banging. These are big, big boys. So there's going to be no space in the lane. It's all going to come down to 3-point shooting. And when I studied that more and more, and the issue of whether Keith Frazier is going to be there, which he's probably, how is he going to play? I thought there was too much that I didn't have control over in this game, and I left it out. But I think it's almost as simple as going to who's the better 3-point shooting team and taking them in this game.
And who is that? That's UTEP, right?
It is.
Yes. I was thinking UTEP -6, but you think that's too many points probably.
Yeah, I just didn't feel like it was a bit like a. Yes, I think UTEP will win this game. Can I count on them by winning for more than 6? I just didn't feel like it was a comfortable enough.
All right, so let's scan some comments, and then we'll get to some other games. So far, Jimmy the Bag has given Arkansas State under 137, Texas State Pick'em -102, Elon -7, William & Mary first half -4.5, and the full game -8.5. And in the morning, Jimmy the Bag gave Eastern Carolina first half +14, Eastern Carolina +24, Arizona State -7, Oregon Arizona State over 159, Oregon State +15, NC State +4, and Clemson NC State under 148.5. And I have given in this show Arkansas State under 137, North Dakota State first half over 65, William & Mary first half over 75, Charlotte under 167, Idaho State North Dakota under 148, UTSA under 154 -120, Houston under 147, and Old Dominion Western Kentucky under 136.5 -105. And in the morning, I gave Eastern Carolina +24 along with Jim, Sacramento State +9 as a home dog. That line is now moved against me. It's up to 9.5 or 10. And I gave Murray State -1 -115. That line is moved in my favor. That's now up to 2 or 2.5. All right, let's get to some comments, Jimmy the Bag. Are there any comments that you think are worth noting here? We're looking for handicapping advice here.
Yeah, and I do have a couple more plays when we're through the comments. Ian says, I also took 141, under 141 in Jacksonville, Murray State. Jacksonville State has a solid D, especially at home. This is Murray State's first road game in conference, and have beat up on very weak competition. Let's see what else. Oh, yeah, J.P. Fahey has a big parlay with William & Mary in South Dakota. Cedric White, a lot of guys are on William & Mary. Cedric White likes it, thinks they'll blow him out. Luchase Fox likes it. And Mr. Gogster says he'd lean Towson, but it's a tough call, and I get that. Yeah, anyone think the Towson game will go over? Paulo Marquez is on Towson. Bill Murray's son coaches Towson, so watch out, says Jay Ryan. Gogster said, I think this Towson will come down to the right number, whatever you get. Yeah, interesting stuff.
All right, some nice comments. A commenter named Mutt Beast. First says, this is the shit on YouTube. Then, next comment, Mutt Beast says, best shit on YouTube. So that proves that it wasn't a typo. He called it YouTube in 2 separate comments. I have it right here. I'm going to save it and put it on the poster. Mutt Beast. This is the shit on YouTube. And then a few seconds later, Mutt Beast. Best shit on YouTube. Mutt Beast. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, let's see.
Joey Crawford says Oregon State +15. My favorite NCAA play today. That's great. I'm on it. I know Max is on it too.
Oregon State, I'm sorry, +15. They like that one, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Let's see. Other comments here. Yeah, Joey Crawford says Oregon State +15, my favorite college basketball play.
Yeah.
Wow. Maxwell Smart says Jacksonville State wins, so he's going against me on Murray State. Jacksonville State's a good team. I got a good line. Should I take it back, Jimmy the Bag, just because Maxwell Smart says he likes Jacksonville State?
It's never comfortable being on the other side of Max Smart.
Yeah. Triple Reams 3 says -23.5 is going to look pretty small when the Shockers start running train on Eastern Carolina. The question is, will they at any point run train on this team? Will they start to get up 15, 17, 20? What do they think? What do you think, Jim? I mean, obviously, if Wichita State was fully motivated to cover that game, they would easily.
We've watched Marshall coach this team. He doesn't care.
Right.
It's like Pop. He doesn't care. I think this is a nice spot. I doubled up on it. I can understand there's a lot of people against this play. I get it, but I like it.
Mutt Beast now says, "Okay, I fuck it up." Yes, you did fuck it up, Mutt Beast, but that's okay. Look, we fucked up. We fucked up the college basketball plays yesterday. It happens. It happens all the time. Yes, UTub, baby, UTub. All right, let's see. Mutt Beast, best shit on Utah. That's definitely going on the fucking poster.
Needs to
all
be
right,
there.
yeah. You know, oh God, you know what would be great? You know what would be great? A calendar, and each month has a selection of like quotes from that month. Oh, man, with some cool-ass picks. A calendar, the Loshak and the Bag calendar. Oh, man, let's do that. Let's do that, Jimmy the Bag. All right, let's get back to handicapping. All right, so everyone's on William & Mary. Ian Whitehill says, I also took under 141 in Jacksonville State. Murray State. Jacksonville State has a solid D, especially at home. This is Murray State's first road game in conference. They beat up on very weak competition. Sounds like Ian Whitehill also doesn't like, all right, funny shit.
Small
all right.
Thrill says, I'm a little chubby, so I hear UTub often.
Nice. All right, let's see. Looking for some other comments. Everyone liking the William & Mary pick. Lou Chase Fox says, I think the over has merit also. Yes, Lou Chase, I took the first half over on that one. Let's see.
I got a play here that I think I want to drop for you guys. I think I know Max is on this as well. I'm on San Diego at Pacific this evening. I think this is a letdown spot for Pacific after their big upset win over BYU. San Diego's off to a great start at 12-4, 3-1 in conference play. The Toros are 5-2 in true road games. Their only in-conference loss came at the hands of St. Mary's, who is a common opponent for both teams. They each played at St. Mary's 2 days apart. San Diego lost by 7 in a tight game. Pacific got creamed by 18. Pacific won both meetings last year, and this is a much improved San Diego team that will want revenge. San Diego's 19th in the nation, allowing just 62.9 points per game. I think this is a great spot for them, and I am on San Diego.
All right, it's 1.5 everywhere except Bookmaker has 2, so we can give you that one. +2, -110.
You know what? I'm going to take the money line if I can get it.
Okay, let's see. Let's check the money line.
Something over +115.
Yes, let's see. Money lines. Let's see. Money line for San Diego. Let's find it. Hold on.
Thank you.
And let's see. San Diego. Best money line would be best money line +110 at Heritage.
Okay, I'll take the +2.
Okay, so Jim's going to take San Diego +2 -110. That is the best line right now at Bookmaker. Okay, I guess at some point, you know, we got to. Maybe we should do the thing where we quickly go to NBA, quickly go to NHL, and then come back to college basketball. What do you think, Jim? Is there anything else you want to give? Anything else you want to add?
I'm just going over every pick. I got that one in. Oh, I was close to making a play on Georgia Southern, but the line movement was extremely concerning, and I couldn't find out why it was. 6'8", 230-pound junior Monte Glenn averaging 9.4 points, 8.8 boards. He'll be banging down low with Coastal Carolina 6'8" senior Demario Beck, who averages 11.5 points, 7 boards. Coastal Carolina is a 6'9", 240-pound center Josh Coleman, and Coleman's in the doghouse, and his playing time's getting less and less. They also have a 6'8" Amadou Bamba, who's barely seeing the floor. And the rest of this Coastal Carolina team is tiny. Coastal Carolina has dropped 3 straight, 5 of their last 6. Georgia Southern has played 8 road games this year, won 4 of them, including at Wake Forest and a 23-point win at George Mason. I was going to take Georgia Southern, but this line move had me thinking that something was going on that I didn't know about, and scared me off of it.
Okay, we got some interesting comments here on the Ohio State game. Chris Brownlee says Bobano was saying a bet on team going forward is Ohio State. Great handicapper, and Ohio State beat Michigan outright Sunday by 16. Took them tonight over Maryland. That's an interesting game. I'm staying off that game, but maybe there's a good reason to take Ohio State tonight. What do you think?
I tried to get on Ohio State, but I thought that maybe some of us were using having a recency bias because of what happened against Michigan State. We just saw what Rutgers did to Michigan State, so maybe Michigan State isn't the behemoth that we expected them or we thought they were. Maryland has handled the losses of Ivan Bender and Justin Jackson for the year very well. They don't have Dion Wiley tonight, but he doesn't play that much. He's not that important. Maryland has played strong defensively. He's rebounded the ball very well. but they've had just 3 true road games this year and won just once. We know Ohio State is a tough place to play, but I think Bates, Diop, and Wesson are going to have their hands full with Tchaikovsky and Bruno Fernando. I think that Maryland has an advantage. Well, they clearly have an advantage in their height. And I just didn't want what I saw against Michigan State to put me on Ohio State before I capped the game. And once I capped the game, I didn't like them as much. I know it's a tough place to play, but I'm not going to put my money on them.
That is also a game that Mutt Beast specifically wants to know about. What about Buckeyes? Everything spelled correctly and 3 simple words there. All right, Maxwell Smart 420 says Buckeyes should roll. And if Bobano says that he likes Ohio State in general going forward, that's a pretty good sign there, Jim.
It is, and they're very good at home. So I get it, but
They might be a great play. Maxwell Smart says Buckeyes should roll. Maxwell Smart also says Delaware wins. Does he mean win outright or wins against the spread? Because they are laying 4 points. But Maxwell Smart likes Delaware. Let's see some other comments here.
I do have one play left.
But he's not taking it. They asked him, Max, are you taking Delaware? Maxwell Smart says, no, I'm not, but I capped it. Okay. What's your other play, Jim?
I'm on Charleston this evening. Charleston, 6'10", 260-pound junior Nick Harris will have his way on the boards where Northeastern is awful. Absolutely terrible. They're 333rd in the nation on the boards. They're led by 6'8", 227-pounder Bolden Brace at 4.3 boards a game. Their 2 6'10" forwards, Green and Miller, each play under 15 minutes a game. Charleston is a different team now that they have 6'7", 250-pound Jarrett Brantley back. They've won the games that he's been back for. He's averaged 25 points a game over the last 2. The Cougars have dropped 2 straight on the road since opening CAA play, 2-0. They are 7-0 at home and win by an average of 14.7 points. I think Charleston is a nice spot. Jay Ryan says Charleston just got off a road trip. I saw them at Drexel on Friday. They had a rough couple games. We'll be back home with a nice crowd tonight. They are better than their record. I love them tonight. That's what he says.
Charleston -3.5, -108 is the best line right now. Who said that? -108. We got some great Jay Ryan. We got some great comments in here. Better than their record. Love them tonight. Wow. Maybe I should tail you on that one.
I love it. I know Max is on it as well. I think it's a really good spot. I agree. The road trip was tough, and they're going to like going home. But the main thing is Nick Harrison's going to have every board he wants. This Northeastern team can't clean up the glass at all. And their best bigs are so bad. Even when they desperately need them on the floor, the coach doesn't put them out.
All right, Native Queen also likes Charleston on the first half. All right, Jimmy the Bag. A lot of you guys all liked Wofford yesterday on the first half, and I tailed your collective punk asses on that pick, and we all ate a loss on that one. But I think I'm going to do it again here. I will take Charleston. Where is that one? And I'm going to take it on the first half, -1.5, -109. I will take that one. I will add that one. Charleston, first half. -1.5, -109. I am taking that one, and Jim's taking them on the full game, -3.5, -108. What do you think, Jim?
I like it. I like it a lot. Interesting. Our pal CC, where is he? CC Fitness says, "Go for it, Jimmy. Georgia Southern should win by 6 to 10." I just can't figure out the line move, and when I see that while I'm capping a game, I just think there's something going on that I don't know about. And before, I would kind of bullishly just put my head down and stick with my guns. And I went over my numbers, and that hasn't been very successful for me.
PB38 says, this game makes me nervous for some reason. Native Queen says, like it, Jim. College of Charleston first half. Cedric White says Charleston and Northeastern will be a competitive game. Okay, you feel that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be a competitive game. I think Charleston will take over. Because Northeastern can't get second chances.
Mark Lathrop with a Wofford and then a crying emoji there. But you know what I did yesterday? I saw what was going on, and I looked at the halftime number, and I said, fuck all their punk asses, and I took Harvard's second half. Cashed, baby.
Yeah. That was,
+4. Harvard +4 second half. Cashed. All you guys lost on Wofford -6.
Hey man, I love seeing you happy. I love seeing you happy.
All right. Let's see. Other comments here. JP Fahey, that's the guy who has season tickets to UConn and gave us. Thank you so much, JP Fahey, for that unit that you blessed me with yesterday on UConn. And anyone who knows how I think about these games knows that I really liked it because of JP Fahey's comments. So I hope you tailed that one as a strong play for me yesterday. He says Maryland has Bender, Jackson, and Wiley out tonight. I'm jumping on Ohio State right now. What do you think about that, Jim? This guy J.P. Fahey knows what he's talking about.
I get it, but I also think that we're playing back what they did to Michigan State in our heads. And if you think about what Rutgers just did to Michigan State, you might not think it's so easy. Now, I do think Ohio State is going to win. I do, but that advantage that Bruno has, I mean, these Ohio State guys are they're big hips, and that gets them away with being 6'8" and 6'9" at the 5 and the 4 position. But when you're going up against a guy who's got 2 or 3 inches on you and 20 or 30 pounds, it's difficult. It's difficult. Maryland has impressed me with how they've handled the injuries, and Tchaikovsky's playing better than he's played in his whole career right now. Ohio State is a tough place to play. If you put a gun to my head right now, I would take Ohio State, but it just wasn't enough for me to make a move on it.
Man, I love this shit. I wish there was 600 college basketball teams, and then we could cap double the number of games that we have right now. Imagine if Bernie had got in and everyone had college all of a sudden, and now all of a sudden there's 600 college teams instead of 300. Wouldn't that be awesome, Jim?
It's too much, man. It's a very, very, very tough.
All right. Is there anything else you want to? Is there anything else you want to give here, Jim?
No, those are my plays, and I hear you guys with Ohio State. If I was going to add something, it might be Georgia Southern, because the way I capped that game, I thought that was a nice spot. But no, I'm going to stick with where I'm at.
Aspirito Late just gave us $3 with the comment, "You guys are the best." No jokes, no, nothing. This is for this. Just a nice $3. You guys are the best. I believe $1 of that goes to YouTube, $1.95 of that goes to SBR, and I think we split 5 cents of that. So thank you so much, Aspirito Late. Aspirito Late. Thank you very, very much. All right, let's see. Other comments, and then we will move on. Mark Lathrop says, "How the fuck is North Dakota favored?" Wow, Mark Lathrop is not usually a vulgar blue commenter.
I am sickened by that,
Mark Lathrop is very passionate here about North Dakota.
Sickened by your vulgarity.
I am on the under in that one, Mark Lathrop. I took 148. That's actually one of the plays that I'm liking, a bit more than the other plays that I've given. So I like that one. No opinion on the side though, but I'm definitely on the under on that one. Let's see other comments here. Let me see. Istan Zolfagari says, "Jimmy and Pete, did you guys look at Fairfield today?" I did. Obviously, Fairfield. They played recently. It was a very low-scoring game. I would have a very slight lean to the under on that one, but I'm not going to bet it. That's a game that has a second half written all over it for me. McGogster says second half written all over Ohio State game. I completely agree with that. McGogster 99. So I'm going to be looking for a second half play on that one, and I guess that's about it. So Isan Zolfagari, yes, slight lean to the under in the Fairfield Manhattan game, but I'm going to hold off it. And McGogster says IPFW over, Pete. I guess you didn't. Oh my God, you dumb porn Ratanafacti with a simple comment here. "I want to be on your show, Pete/Jimmy." We can get them on. We can get them on. Let's get these motherfuckers on.
We need you guys. Anytime you guys come down to Costa Rica, we'll get you on.
Yes. Man. And Justin Biggie says, "Put it towards the new charger for the iPad." Yes, we will. We're gonna find one way or another. We're gonna get a fucking charger in here, and we are going to have a charged tablet in the near future. Within the next
we could also
week,
take
2 weeks, 10 days.
We could also take the tablet and smash it into the wall.
Yes, that's true. We could. All right, let's get to some other comments because we do have to move on. Just looking for these comments.
Before we do move on, though, there's some asking questions about our best bet. So, but why don't before we move on to college, we pick one that?
Yeah. All right. I guess best bet here. I don't know. I feel pretty confident about the North Dakota under. Not that I think it's a big percentage play, but I feel very confident that it's like a 54-55% play. I'll say that. Idaho State, North Dakota under 148.
I think William and Mary smash. At home, smash James Madison at home. I think that is my play that I'm the most confident in this game. Although I really like Charleston against Northeastern. I know there's been some talk that they think it's going to be close. That's why the line's 3.5. But I just think being able to get second chance opportunities is a big deal.
Robin Spears actually asking, "Loshak, does sharps not concern you as much in college basketball as football?" That's an involved question. I could answer that, but we don't quite have time to answer that. That's a very interesting question. Sharp action from sport to sport. Dan Kelly just gave us $2 for the Charger Fund. Guys, we stop Don't donate. This is not the Charger Fund. This is the YouTube/SBR Fund that you're giving in this show. We don't see any of that. We're going to have a separate GoFundMe account for the Charger. Any money you give here goes directly into YouTube's pocket and probably a little bit into SBR's pocket, right?
You're right.
We don't see any of that. We don't see any of that. We don't even get raises when you guys give these guys a raise. So, it's just PB38 says, love Elon tonight as one of my best bets.
I agree.
Okay. Let me see. Looks like Ace Farmer says, looks like Pacific is a blind bet with that line movement and 70% on San Diego. That is a very interesting game, because here's another comment on that game that I just read about 10 minutes ago. A very interesting comment. Where was that comment? Oh, shit.
I saw it about the cash flow on each.
No, that was a recent comment. Then there was another. Oh, here it is. Lou Chase Fox says, Pacific sucks a bag of dicks. They fumble through their wins and try to find a way to lose. And then in light of that, Ace Farmer says, looks like Pacific is a blind bet with that line movement and 70% on San Diego. And then Mark Lathrop says, at Ace Farmer, nice catch. Wow. Holy shit. All right, listen. We got to move on, Jimmy the Bag, all right?
Yeah, man. I like where their heads are at.
All right. Okay. So once again, we'll come back to college basketball. Once again, Jimmy the Bag has Charleston. In addition to the morning plays, Charleston -3.5, Arkansas State under 137, Texas State pick'em, Elon -7, William and Mary first half -4.5, William and Mary -8.5, and San Diego +2. I am on Charleston first half -1.5, blindly tailing a bunch of guys and Jimmy. Arkansas State under 137, North Dakota State first half over 65, William and Mary first half over 75, Charlotte under 167, North Dakota under 148, UTSA under 154 -120, Houston under 147, and Old Dominion under 136.5 -105. All right, so let's now move on to what are we going to look at now? NHL. Yeah, let's look at NHL. Jimmy the Bag took 3 overs, took an over in every game. The Columbus Buffalo game, you got it +113. That has now gone further down. It's actually now +117 at Pinnacle, so a slight move against you on that one. Carolina Washington, I believe you got -105. That's about where it is, although BetOnline now has +100, so a slight move against you there as well. And then Calgary and Tampa Bay, what was the line you got on that one? I think it was 107. So now that's up to a -114 or 115. So a nice little 8 cent move in your favor on that one, but no significant movement on these totals, Jim.
Yeah, I liked all those spots. We went over it pretty well in the morning. I don't want to rehash the notes that I gave on the show, but I really liked them all. Jackets and Sabres. We're going to see Umark in goal, which is going to change things up a little bit. I'm excited just to see how he plays. It's an exciting spot for the kid. But I think all these overs are great. I love Hurricanes offense has so much depth that I couldn't take the Capitals on the puck line. I couldn't even take a puck line today.
Okay, and I took Washington -1. A guy who has an NHL model says he agrees with that play, but not much movement on that one. I took him at -1, and that line is almost exactly where it was in the morning. So Jim's on all 3 overs in the NHL, and I'm on Washington -1. Now let's move on to an NBA. 3 games tonight. Some controversial games. The big question is Toronto. What's up with Cleveland? Wow, wait a minute. Is someone out? I'm seeing. Is there a movement in favor of Toronto? Hold on one sec. Let me see. Well, wow. Okay, Cleveland is now down to -2 or 2.5 market wide. Jim gave it this morning at -3. Money coming in on Toronto. Why would that be? Is Lowry back?
Oh no, Lowry's ruled out, tailbone.
So why would that be? Just money?
I don't know. People talking about what LeBron and D Wade were up to last night in Toronto. Maybe that's it. I mean, I can't. Dan Kelly says Isaiah Thomas out tonight.
Oh shit! All right. Isaiah Thomas out tonight. And also there was some pretty concerning line movement. I took the under and I got 219.5. Pretty quickly it went all the way up to 222, and now it's coming back down. I guess on that news, it's now down to 220.5 at Pinnacle. With Isaiah Thomas out, you got to think that the under is a better play there, right, Jim?
I think the under is a very good play. Yeah. I'm going to take it right now.
Really? Okay. Well, we're going to give you the best line. Let's just refresh this to see exactly how good of a line we can give you here, because Heritage looks like it's still hanging 222. And if I refresh here, and nope, Heritage down to 220.5. So, but BetOnline and SportsBetting.ag have 221. So we'll give you Toronto under 221 minus 110, and I had to take 219. I gave it at 219.5 in the morning, and I took that one. So I'm on the under 219.5. Jim's on the under 221 minus 110, and I also took the first half under, and I got minus 111.5, and that's approximately where it is right now still. So you just want it one way, Jim, right?
Yes.
Okay, on the full game under. And then the other big controversial game of the day, Sacramento against the Clippers. No clear line. Well, actually, very, very slight line movement favoring Sacramento. I gave it at plus 1.5. And,
yeah, we both did.
Yeah, that's right. And I also gave the first half at plus a half. And there was a comment early on in the show. I don't know if that comment is still here because they get deleted after every 200. But there was a guy who said, I'm a big Kings fan. Sacramento loses tonight. Did you see that comment? Did you catch that comment, Jim?
No, that was on the afternoon show? Shit,
yeah.
Comment.
And that is long gone because the top comment right now is Charlie Brownlee's comment about Bobano saying that Ohio State is a great bet going forward. So that comment is long gone. God, it's so annoying. I wish we could have a fund where we could pay to have all the comments just saved forever. Why can't we do that? Why can't we have all these comments saved forever? Is it that expensive? Is it that cumbersome to save a bunch of freaking comments on a show?
Trump says he would take the Kings, but staying off of it tonight. Justin Biggie says I like Spurs, Cavs, and the unders in those games.
All right, so yeah. Listen, I took.
Native Queen says fuck Cleveland until further notice.
Oh shit, where's that? Fuck. Is that because she got burned taking them, or because she says she thinks they're bad?
I don't think she would say it just for getting burnt. I think she thinks that they're bad.
Really?
And they certainly looked awful against Minnesota.
Well, their ATS record over the last 9 games, 1-8. 1-8 ATS.
Rich Banks says Sac Kings are a hard team to gauge. They are such a hard team to gauge. God, have they bothered me? And I'm on the Kings just because I think this is a clear letdown spot for the Clippers. I mean, I went 3 for 9, 3 and 6 yesterday in NBA. But how easy was it to tell that the Nuggets would be in a letdown spot after Golden State? I think the Clippers are just in exactly the same situation here.
Rem Most says they won't even give you a $15 charger. Now you want unlimited comments being saved. No, I'm talking about YouTube. I'm talking about YouTube, Jimmy the Bag. That's just what YouTube does. YouTube, these comments, the reason I save them and constantly saving them is because every 200, they only save 200 and then they get deleted. Yeah. It's ephemeral. And so that's kind of annoying. But
Porn Ratanafakti is on the Lakers plus 2.5.
Yeah, Cedric White says Cleveland's defense is terrible. LOL. I know. I'm just saying if there's ever a game where they're going to try to clamp down on defense, and that's what we talked about in the morning. I said, isn't this a game where Cleveland clamps down on defense? And Jim said, I'm not convinced that they're capable of clamping down on defense. I guess we shall see. But their defense is terrible. This is starting to remind me of OKC, right? It's like if ever there's a spot where they're going to bounce back, this is it. And OKC, more often than not, just didn't bounce back in spots where you would expect them to bounce back. Maybe that is the let's see. Harry Tuttle says save cut. Yes, that's what I do. Thank you. He's saying save comments via cut and paste comments while show is on. Use that trick in online school courses. Yes, I do that. That's why I have all this shit saved, and it will all be going on a poster, a bunch of posters, or a calendar if I can ever get the time to do that. Native Queen says they ain't got their shit together. Yeah, I mean, it just seems like if ever there's a spot where they're going to get their shit together, it's tonight and early. So I took them not on the full game, just on the first half. But I mean,
yeah, I think they decided to give Thomas a break when they knew Lowry was ruled out.
All right. Well, once again, on that game, I am on Cleveland, but just on the first half, and I got him at -1. I'm on the first half under and the full game under on that one, and Jim is on Cleveland -3 on the full game, and he's just added the under along with me, getting a better line. Other games that I took, and the only other picks that I made were Sacramento first half +0.5 and Sacramento +1.5. Hard to get a read on Sacramento. Obviously, there's a big recency bias making it scary to bet against the Clippers, considering what they did last night, but I'm doing it, and Jim is also on Sacramento +1.5, and that's it for the NBA. All right, so anything else you want to add, or should we just take one final look at line moves in college basketball before we wrap up?
Let's take one last look at the college basketball moves.
All right, so let's go back. College basketball. Let's see. Ohio State still at -5. Elon now up to 7.5 or 8. coming back up. Yeah, I was thinking Elon would be a good bet there. I guess I'm going to stay off it, but I like the way this line move is going in your favor. Yeah, Eastern Illinois. Now that's back up as well. That was also a lean that I liked. Eastern Illinois -2. It was down to 1.5, and I will add that one on there. Eastern Illinois. I was liking that one, and I will take the line. A late addition here, -2, -114. That's the line at Bet Online. I'm going to take Eastern Illinois -2, -114 at home against Tennessee State. Let's see, Charleston now up to 4. Some places going up to 4. Let's see, other comments here. IPFW still a dog. Tulsa, Houston, interesting. No notable movement there. Let's see, William and Mary coming back up. Now up to 9, 9.5. William and Mary line coming back up.
Good.
Yeah. Appalachian State, we didn't talk about that. That's a 7:30 game. They are an underdog. A bunch of people were liking Appalachian State.
Bunch of people are on Appalachian
State. Yeah, and
I
was thinking about a shot with the under on that one as well. Let's see, other line moves. No real line moves from the later games. Once again, I did not get a chance to. I haven't been tweeting because it's just there's so much chaos that goes, and I hit the second halves of these games pretty big as well, and doing pretty well with them. So if there's any other plays that I'm liking, I will tweet them out. I haven't been able to do that recently, but if there is anything that I'm liking from the later games, or anything that I decide that I want to go on leans to convert to official picks, I will tweet them out. Sacramento State, I took that at +9. Not happy about the line movement there, 9.5 or 10. Montana's great, much better than Sacramento State, but just feeling like might be a spot where Sacramento State finds a way to keep it within single digits at home as a home underdog there. Let's see, other comments, other games that we're looking at. Yeah, I guess I can hold off on the 8 o'clock and later games, because if there's anything I'm really liking, I can tweet it out.
Well, there is one comment I want to make. I couldn't pull the trigger, but I'm going to keep looking at the California at Washington game. I know Max is on California, and I think it's a very interesting play. Washington is 9-1 at home, but they're only 2. This math doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, 2. Sorry, because they one home game wasn't actually at home. They're only 2-6 against the spread in Seattle. They're 2-5 against the spread this season as a favorite. And Cal's been so disappointing all year, yet they're 3-0 on the road. And you're getting 9 points. Cal was supposed to be a much better team than they are. I think it's an interesting play, and I'm going to keep looking at it. But that's just one last note I wanted to get out to you guys.
Okay. Young Abu Dhabi says, Texas San Antonio, thoughts? Yes, Young Abu Dhabi. That's one of my plays on the under in that game. I have no opinion on the side, but I did take the under 154 at -120 at Bet Online. Not sure where it is now, but yes, I am on the under in that one. Let's see some other final comments, and then we will wrap this stuff up. Let's see. Yeah, Joe D says, last time Cavs played good defense was back against the wall, down 3-1 against the Warriors in 2015, Jim. Yeah. Last time the Cavs played good defense was 2015.
Yeah, they're not capable of it. I'm looking forward to see Shumpert back. We know what he can do. But yeah, their defense has been extremely weak.
Man. All right, so a couple of very controversial games. Sacramento, Clippers, how will it turn out? We shall see. Cavs, Toronto, how will it turn out? We shall see. And a whole shitload of college basketball games. Jim and I have given a bunch of picks on these games. I could have given about 10 or 12 more picks based on all my leans. And again, if there's anything that I'm liking later on, I will tweet it out on the games that start at 8 o'clock or later, maybe even the 7:30 games as well. But that just about wraps it up. Jimmy the Bag, we're coming off of a kind of a crappy day, as one poster commented. He was simple comment, yesterday's college basketball picks were shit. Not totally, though. I mean, that was a great call on the Duke under that I had. That one cashed. Yeah. I had a good call on the
4-4 in college, but that's not.
Yeah. And I just had a couple. I got a couple of bad calls, but I also got screwed on the under in the Quinnipiac game. That was going under, and then it went to overtime. So yeah, we shall see. Hopefully, we'll have a nice bounce back day here, and we'll be back tomorrow for the Friday card, 12 o'clock Eastern time. Thanks everyone once again. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow, 12 o'clock Eastern time.